When you see this symbol, you know you're watching television that's educational and informational. The More You Know on NBC.
Hi there, I'm Dreyer. Join me as we venture into the wild deserts, rugged forests, and rocky cliffs of India. This is Earth Odyssey. Today, we'll meet a troop of acrobatic primates who show no fear of monkeying around. And discover the last safe haven for this majestic mom and her cubs. Plus, we'll see how this little pup invests in her own future. And find out why this leaping lizard is named for a leopard. It's all coming up on Earth Odyssey. Some people assume Africa is the only home to wild animals like elephants, lions, and tigers. But the subcontinent of India, with its deserts, forests, and jungles, has all those iconic creatures and more. Our adventure begins in India with a family of animals that we humans find endlessly fascinating. Deserts demand a lot from their inhabitants, and India's largest is no exception. There are more than 90,000 square miles of desolate dunes and imposing sandstone cliffs. On its eastern edge lies Jodhpur, a city that's home to more than 1 million people. But another primate also braves this 110-degree heat. This lively youngster is part of a large desert community of Hanuman langurs. Their home is a near vertical ridgeline. Somehow, these agile primates manage to not only get comfy on the cliffs, they race along the rock face. In this region of sparse rainfall, leaves are an important water source. But adaptability to their surroundings is the troop's greatest advantage. Youngsters learn crucial life skills on the cliff edge. Play is part of getting it right. Grip strength and a long tail for counterbalance are key. The troop is in constant communication with each other through touch, sight, and vocalization. Still nursing, youngsters stay close to their mothers. But after play, it's time for everyone, big and small, to relax. Grooming is the glue for this desert society. High-status langurs are groomed most frequently. These individuals are part of a complex social hierarchy. Females in their prime are at the top, while the weak and the elderly are at the bottom. The alpha female is the matriarch of the group. Female langurs in the same troop will give birth around the same time. But this young female has had her baby later than everyone else. The troop usually shares infant care, but she is reluctant to let anyone else hold her baby. Even the alpha female isn't getting a look. Luckily, cooperation and patience go a long way towards social harmony. While the females help raise each other's young, most young males leave the troop. So this sisterhood of primates makes it through their parenting challenges on their own. These mothers, daughters, and sisters will stay in the same troop for life. Coming up, a mother's secret strategy to keep her cubs safe at the waterhole. And can this predator really hear an insect's footsteps? Plus, in the desert, if you can't beat 'em, outfox 'em. That and more when Earth Odyssey comes right back.
We'll be right back to The More You Know on NBC. We now return to The More You Know on NBC.
India's Gir National Park surrounds a dry teak forest. These trees and the animals that depend on them have adapted to endure 6 months of the year without rain. Less than 8 inches of rain falls here each year, even during the wet monsoon season. The lack of water and nutrient-depleted soils keep the forest sparse. But it's just enough open space for the region's largest predator. This Asiatic lion has her cubs safely in tow. These lions were once found across the Middle East, even ranging as far as Greece. Now, fewer than 700 survive, all living in or near this national park. The Asiatic lion is around 200 pounds lighter than an African lion and lives in a smaller pride. Her group is just 3 sisters and a few cubs. But they haven't had water in days. The pride's 25 square mile territory has at least 2 water holes. She'll have to cross the home ranges of 2 male lions to get there. Unlike African lions, male Asiatic lions don't live with females unless they're mating or have a large kill to share. More than 25% larger than females, male lions are a constant danger to unrelated young cubs. The lioness has to tread a fine line to protect hers. The first waterhole is already taken. This older male was the king, but he's been dethroned. Now badly injured, he's best avoided. But the new Lion King is also nearby. The 2 males have both staked their territory at the watering holes. The mother lion is wary. To bring a female back into estrus to breed again, a male will attack her cubs if he thinks they aren't his. But the cub's mother has mated with both males, so they each think they are the father to the cubs. With so many lions in the confined territory of the park, females often pair up with more than one dominant male in their territory. It's a necessary strategy to ensure her endangered cubs have the best chance of surviving, to someday be kings and queens of the forest themselves. Coming up, when the sun goes down, we go out on the prowl with a predator who's naturally cold-blooded. And after months underground with Mom, it's time for these feisty kits to explore the outside world when Earth Odyssey returns.
We'll be right back to The More You Know on NBC. We now return to The More You Know on NBC.
Some animals go largely unseen in nature, even though they're a crucial part of their environment. That's the case with one small desert dweller, much admired for its acute senses and its accurate aim. In the Badlands of India, the daytime sun can be brutal. But one species here uses it to its advantage: the leopard gecko. His rocky burrow is like a sauna. The baking rocks charge up this cold-blooded creature, warming his blood so he can move freely. But he won't leave the burrow until the sun dips. Here, he has shade from intense UV rays, and he can stay pleasantly warm while avoiding predators like snakes, foxes, birds, and larger reptiles. At dusk, it's safe to come out. He must hike over rocky terrain. Instead of the standard gecko toe pad, he has claws. He's a good hunter, and just like his namesake, the leopard gecko's spots let him blend into his surroundings. Along with excellent eyesight, one of his most highly tuned senses is hearing. The locust's tiny legs are like megaphones. The insect's only chance is to stay perfectly still. With every twitch, the gecko zeroes in. Once within a few inches, there's no escape. It's a tasty treat, and one that can last. The gecko can store fat in his chunky tail for when food is scarce. A perfect long-term strategy for this resilient reptile. Coming up, sibling rivalry starts young. It's 2 against 1 for these furry brothers and their sister. Earth Odyssey will be right back.
We'll be right back to The More You Know on NBC. We now return to The More You Know on NBC.
In this desert, 500-million-year-old mountains block monsoon clouds to the east. Life here is dominated by energy-sapping hot days and dry, cold nights. Only the resilient can take the extremes. The desert fox is unique to Asia. No bigger than a house cat, her sandy coat helps her hide in the arid landscape and reflects the sun's punishing rays. This female's litter is down from 6 kids to 3. To survive, the youngest must fight for a place in the pecking order. With 2 boisterous brothers, she's the runt. Food is scarce. Even a dried carcass is a treat. Their diet usually consists more of insects and berries than meat. When her brothers have had enough, it's finally her turn for a taste. She's not the strongest of the litter, but she's a crafty underdog. While her siblings play, the desert fox seems to be planning for the future. Caching her food is a clever tactic and a buffer against the cycle of feast or famine. The morsel is well hidden from her hungry brothers. With the pantry stocked, shelter from the sun is key. The young desert fox is a fast learner, but she's not the best den builder yet. What she really needs is a good meal. After a day's hunting, her mother returns, but without food. These young foxes have only just emerged from their den and aren't experienced hunters yet. But at least this young one has her buried stash. Her brothers may end up going hungry. Call it survival self-care, but in extreme climates, being clever as a fox can make all the difference. Today, we saw how animals in some of India's least hospitable climates find food and raise their young. Langurs share care and feeding of their infants for up to 2 years. The Asiatic lions protect their cubs, not from outside predators, but from other lions. And the desert fox keeps her kits safe underground. Thanks for watching. These remarkable animals grow and thrive along with us. I'm Dreyer. See you next time on Earth Odyssey.